We have an understanding, most daycare centers, actually with the state, allows us to come in to work with children in their natural environment. And so if a child is at a daycare Monday through Friday full time, then their natural environment is at the daycare with their teacher or their care provider. So we'll come into the daycare and we coach care providers to work towards the goals that have been established with the children and their parents. Just know that when we come out as early intervention specialists, we're a member of a multidisciplinary team. So we have physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech and language pathologists. So we are able to treat the child in respect to helping them globally with all of their development.
Some things that we can look out for, some indicators maybe that can warrant referral for ECI, might be some difficulties with understanding information. Also, maybe following directions is something that a child may have some trouble with. If a child isn't speaking or saying first words between the ages of 12 to 15 months, that also can be an indicator. Other areas that might be of concern, maybe with feeding. Some children might have challenges with like different textures, or also they might have a very restricted food palate also, where they might not be accepting many foods, or what they call picky eaters is what they call them. So that would be something to look out for when they don't want to try new foods maybe, or they're just not wanting to tolerate the food in front of them. Those are some things to look out for. And then other concerns that might kind of come up are in social interaction. So if you see the little kid that maybe doesn't want to be with their peers, is isolating themselves rather than engaging with their peers, something to kind of be looking out for. And also some children might have some challenges with maybe understanding. They might have some challenges with understanding or expressing their own emotions and feelings as well.
So when she was about 6 months old, she wasn't meeting some motor milestones, and the pediatrician noticed that. So she referred us to ECI. ECI called us, and then we began the whole evaluation process with them. For me, it was, it's a little bit scary because you're like, oh, as a parent, was I failing her? But learning more about ECI, it's just about supporting the child.
For me, it was pretty smooth. Maybe as like me just being a dad. But I can definitely see like the difference, like once like I became more educated on what milestones she's supposed to be hitting, and then how they helped us kind of like reach that. That's when I felt like, to me, it's been even smoother, to be honest.
It can be a challenge for any daycare provider to bring up the subject of concerns they have regarding their child's development in the classroom. But there are some things you can do to make the discussion a lot easier for you and the family. Have good documentation, not just based on what you see one time, but what you've seen maybe throughout several weeks or several months, and to have that documentation ready to share with families. It's all in the presentation, and it's all in how well you prepare in advance. You want to make sure you have your documents in order. You want to make sure that families are asked in advance if they can meet with you so that you can have a good discussion with them. It's often better to meet first thing in the morning than at the end of the day when the family's in a rush picking up their child and trying to get home to cook dinner. Yeah, being private is so important. When you meet with the family, make sure that you pick a private location where you can talk with the parent. Other families should not be listening in on this discussion. You want to be positive and encouraging with the families when you have this discussion. You want to be very objective. Just state the facts. These are things that you're seeing going on in the classroom, concerns that you have. And then be very encouraging with the family. Let them know that you've had other families with children with these same concerns, and that with their help, the child can really progress and do a lot better with the help from both the daycare and the family working together. You want to be prepared. Make sure you have brochures and pamphlets regarding child development so that families don't think it's just your opinion, but it's what the professionals are saying. If you give them handouts, brochures, pamphlets, that makes what you say to the parent a lot credible.
If you have that feeling about a particular child, approach the parent and let's get them evaluated so that if they do need services, we can get started right away.
So I would encourage the daycare providers definitely to kind of use their own experience of working with children to feel confident to speak to parents about any concern that they might have, and just reminding parents that they're not letting them know that their child has something wrong. Rather, there's just some concerns that they notice that maybe they might be having some challenges with, and they're interested in that child's well-being also for success in the future. So just to get that checked out. And that's where we come in to be able to kind of do a team evaluation, and then we determine if they are eligible, then we'll go ahead and get parents on board and kind of determine what the next step is.
I'd just like to comment that you really need to be patient with parents. Most parents often do not receive information well when you talk about concerns about their child's development. You just need to be very patient, give them time. Often later, they come to the realization themselves that their child needs some help based on discussions they have with maybe their neighbors or the other relatives who also see the same concerns.
It's made it so much easier on us because we both work. We live really far on the west side, and so, but I work here in Central, and having that be able them to see her, pull her out of class really quick and then put her back in. I get updates on her, and then they talk to her teachers, and it's just like a big community, being able to help Claire and hopefully other children.
Seamless,
Seamless.